Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
Hi, your daddy. I know. Let's clean those eyeballs. You're such a daddy's girl these days, huh? The hell with mom. The hell with mom.
Oh, she's fine.
You walked to your room and she came over and laid down and cried. She went, "No, I'm kidding you." Then she came over here and licked by your door. She wants her daddy.
Well, she gonna come, man. If you're gonna, can you come? Well, without you, honey.
There you go. Go get your dad.
Let's see. You want mom? Which one you want? Yeah.
You're confusing.
This is right. Oh man. All right, man. All right, man. Let's get into this. Kujin, what's going on? Gutsy, what's going on? Toji, what's going on, man? What's happening? What's going on? What's up? let me invite the Discord too. Let me make sure the Discord knows. Hold on. 1 second. Let me see here. Let me go here. Come on. Yep. We got some things to talk about. We got things to talk about. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, y'all. Oh man. Come on, y'all. Talk to your boy. How y'all feeling about this chapter? How are you guys feeling about this chapter? I need to know. What's word on the street? What is word on the street? Let me see here. Let me see what y'all got for me. Do you remember me, man? I told you, of course. Khalil, what's going on, man? I know we gotta talk. We got excuse my weed rudeness. What's happening? Just getting back. Just wanted to go live, and then obviously I was just thinking, this chapter came out, and just go live, and then just talk, just chill. Marky, what's going on? FHS, welcome, man. It's been a while on YouTube. Again, Talkie, yeah, it's been a while. And this chapter has people blue. Yo, IDC, welcome. I know y'all on Patreon, so y'all see that. Yeah, Brutable changes something. John, what's going on, man? Abdi, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah. Oh boy. So I told, man, I know some of y'all agreed, and some of y'all was like, hold on, he might be a fraud, but Gite is not a fraud. That much is clear. Gite is not a fraud. I know some people thought he was a fraud. Some people hate the Gapryong lineage, but the man is not a fraud. He is not a fraud. He is not care too. It is absolutely insane. One of my friends is raging right now on the phone. Yeah. I mean, bro, it is this that dude he's insane. That's the best way to put it. This dude is insane. He is not playing any games at all. Period. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all think Jin Chong really died or Sing back jumped in for him? Oh, Jin Rang? I think he died. He died. Because and actually, if you go look, someone posted this on my Patreon. If you go look at the what I was gonna say in the Korean site, where they upload it and then they have to hurry up and translate it. These other sites translate because the Korean scans are ahead of us, the Americans. Um, the actual title of this is Busan End. So this chapter that just released is the end of the Busan arc. So if you guys didn't know, now you know. This chapter ends the Busan arc. So there you go. Yeah, no, he's dead. He's dead. And I knew that was gonna happen. I know some people were being hopeful that Jin Rang will be able to stay alive so he can help, or so he can be a part in teaching Jake some things. But that seems like it's not the case. So it's just unfortunate. King Red, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, both speed and strength. Do you think he's faster than James Lee? Oh boy, that is hard to say, man. Maybe not. I don't think it's way too off, but if James Lee is faster, I don't think it's by that much. Because Gite is just, I mean, maybe that's the thing that James has over Gite, I guess. So I guess I would say yeah. Gite just ended the arc. Yep, Daniel needs mastery. Yeah, Daniel might get his mastery now. His mastery is going to be everything. He said technique, speed, strength, la. I think Daniel is a character that's really going to have every aspect of mastery, all of it for sure. I think what's actually interesting that kind of people overlooked is when Gite was fighting all of Ally, going through them and saying, "Hey, this is how you." Even with Vin Jin, he knew of Mu Jin. Obviously, that was one of his father Gapryong Kim's rivals. He even knew about him. He was like, "That's not how you do Caesarium. That's not how you. That's how you. Not how you do it. That's not how to utilize it properly." This man is really knowledgeable about all that stuff. Is insane to me. But then when it came to Daniel, with Daniel, he was just critiquing his fighting right now. I think that's pretty much the reason why he definitely left him alive. He was like, you're quite interesting for somebody who does not have mastery right now in any of these categories. How are you this strong? And that is saying a lot. Let's pay attention to that. And we, as the audience, most likely we can just say, well, that's due to the second body. Of course, the second body is supposed to be the perfect body, so you can lean on towards that. But it's interesting. Even with the second body, he's like, "Why are you this strong without any mastery?" It's insane to me. So yeah, that's the end of the Busan arc, guys. That's it. Korean translation, Korean chapters that you can go see on the Korean scan of webtoons, and that's the chapter's name is Busan, and it's in parentheses is end. So that's it for Busan. Yeah, Gite came there and he ended it. He was like, "Nah, this has gone far enough. It is time to end this." And now I'm taking somebody's life with me. Actually, three people, because he killed two people before he got to Jin Rang and where they're at currently right now. Yeah, he low div Zach speed. Yeah, he low div. Bro, he low div Zach speed, which is insane. He literally grabbed him while looking at the panel shot right behind him by the throat. It's insane. It's insane. This dude is crazy. Hello, bro. Divine, man. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. I need Daniel a gun to jump. Man, all I'm seeing as this is Goo is definitely afraid of this man for sure. You cannot tell me you're just sitting there. And as crazy as Goo is, Goo just don't kill anybody just for the sake of killing people. That's the difference. It has to be really benefiting him or in the way of his goals that he might not have a choice then doing it. But him realizing like Gite, it just do not care about killing people off like that is another thing. You see Goo's face every time. And I think Goo better take this with him, not to cross somebody like him. He's definitely gonna plan something. He gonna make some contingency plans with his special friends, if you know what I mean. I wonder what the next arc is, man. The next arc is they need to train. Out of this beatdown, you got to think when they all wake up, there you're gonna have to make a few changes, especially if you declared war on James Lee. You and James Lee are enemies now, as far as I'm concerned. That's what it is. So after he wakes up, unfortunately, you need to go get stronger again. Because there's no way. There's no way. How you gonna go to war with somebody when your crew can't even take on one person? He low diffed all you guys. So you have to take that into consideration. and you have to really train now at this point. I don't know how he's going to do it because his master is in prison. So this man, I don't know what he need to go find a hyperbolic time chamber or something. I don't know. Daniel need to do something. I need Daniel. UI Daniel can surely beat him. I'm not. I'm not gonna say yes. Because one, we don't know how knowledgeable Gite is. We don't know if he knows of the weakness of Ultra Instinct. His father, that was somebody for the Yamazaki clan, right? Was one of his rivals who used Ultra Instinct. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Gite would know something of Ultra Instinct or know about it already. Just like he knew of Mugen Park, or Mugen Park, Mugen, Vengeance father, who was also a rival to Gapryong. And so it's a lot of questions, but I don't know. DD Jagyong is going to fight James Lee. I don't think he's going to fight him because it wasn't like he was going to betray James Lee. But at that point, because he was willing to fight Ally for the sake of Enjong, but at some point, James Lee made up his mind already. I don't know if James Lee is going to get rid of this man, disable him, or just take Enjong away from him. But he made it seem like Enjong is really not even worth that much to me, to be honest. So that remains to be seen. If he fights James Lee is murking him. You could definitely tell that. Let me see. His drive to change the generation into pre-generation is questionable. What's your thoughts? Kujin, it makes a lot of sense because to me, Gite was a person I was like, okay, what do you want to do? That was kind of what is your motivation out of all of this, especially with teaming up with James Lee. I'm more surprised that James Lee wanted it to go back that way. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to Gite, because Gite, we kind of know him as being this not only just this monster, but to be more specific, this not only crazy individual, but he doesn't care. He was in a plot that killed his own father. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care. He takes lives easily. That they're nothing to him. So it was understandable that was a part of the plan with Gite, and creating doing things before the pre-generation arrived and before Gapryong Kim stepped foot, because Gapryong Kim set order to the world that is Lookism to Seoul. He set that order up, and then the generations followed in suit after that. And before that was just complete chaos, right? And what was it? The Yakuza. The Yakuza was in control and creating war too on that front. So Garrett, like I'm not surprised that that's what Gite want. I'm more shocked that that's what James Lee wants because they're on the team. Unless it could be a sense, it could be a thing of James Lee using Gite too for the time being. It could be that because it doesn't make any sense for me. Maybe I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to go back to that in a state of constant war, where James Lee, granted, he's not telling all the truth to Daniel, right? We know that as the audience. We can never be trusted. But to say, hey, I wanted to so that evil never pops up again and everything is within this controlled, this control verse that I'm thinking that I'm conjuring up in my mind. Everything's under one control. It is going to be under mine. So I don't know. It's kind of contradictory when you think about it. But that also lets me know that he knows that Gite, one, he can't control Gite, but two, he's going to use him to further his own plots and stuff like that for sure. Without question. That's one thing that I know of James Lee and that James Lee would do. He would definitely use somebody just to further his own gain, without question. Goku, man, welcome to the stream. Hi, it's been so long. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Taking every day is a step by step. He needs to do more than 1 month of training because that's all he had from Gun. FHS, yeah, I agree. Daniel, and not just Daniel, all of Allied, they got one shot. Like I said to everybody before, it's a good thing Hudson and Jay did not step in, man. It's a good thing they still play dead. Kudos to them. I would say they did not show up. Good on them. Jay and Hudson. Good thing they didn't show up. But all of Allied, after this, they're gonna have this is a humbling experience for them, though. I think this is definitely a time again. Like with Daniel, before he started training with Gun, it was like a humbling experience for him to be like, oh no, I'm not nothing without the second body. I gotta train hard in my original body to get strong, right? That was the thing. But now it's like Now you have another humbling experience. Not only just with James Lee before at the hunt for uh Big Deal, but now it's just like, no, like this dude is evil and he's going to do everything. And he's Team James Lee. This dude is going to do everything to take command of Seoul and rule it how the way they see fit. And they don't care about anybody's lives. This is a humbling experience for all of Ally. Y'all got to get y'all shit together. This is what it is. If I, you know what, if I would do if I was Daniel, because he needs a training partner. If I was him, and think about this, what would be interesting, just as a favor, if I was Daniel, I would ask to go and train with Johan, and listen me out. Listen to me out. One, Gunn is in prison. Two, he's not going to get a new master. Granted, I think Gunn would feel disrespected if Daniel went to go find somebody to train underneath. Daniel's not going to do that out of respect for his master. And I think Johan would be more suitable for Daniel too. You see where I'm going with this? To push them between their limits or whatever like that. I don't think Johan would agree to something like that because he's just living his life. And I'm not saying it's not in a way of, hey, you're fighting again or whatever, but it's like, hey, these things are happening, whether you like it or not. These evil things are happening. Zach is involved with this. La. If we don't do something about this, hey, I'm not the only person. Your mom is all in this. You know, everybody's involved. Everybody within Seoul is involved. I don't care if you're trying to live a normal life right now, but something has to happen. I think that would be absolutely cool if Daniel went to go get Johan as a sparring partner, as a training partner, and both copy users. I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. Um, Also, where is Eli? That is a good question. Where the hell is Eli? Lyman's not going to be there. Lyman's with Big Deal right now. They chilling right now. Give Big Deal a break. They've been through it all. Granted, Jake been through it. Senu been through it. Man, Lyman just got back in this new drip. They're gonna come around. They're gonna come around. I think Daniel's gonna formulate the plan of like, hey, this is your brother. I met your brother, and he is a monster. He's a complete monster. He has to let Jake know on the plan. He is a monster. He's going to do everything in his power to help James Lee in controlling Seoul and controlling Korea. To be honest, because they're not just going to stop at Seoul. James Lee has bigger ambition than that, than just all of Seoul. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but Ally needs to get on that training arc ASAP. If they just go to their daily, I can't see them going to their day-to-day lives, going back to school at this point. I can see them saying like, okay, a chapter there, but I can't see them going back after this because they just got humiliated. They just got one shot at, and someone just passed away on top of that too. And this person is Team James Lee as well. So yeah, they're gonna have to do something. Oh, Johan retired. I know Johan retired. I'm just saying as a training person, not somebody that's gonna get in the line of fire because I don't think that's what Daniel wants, but I think Daniel will benefit from training with him. I think that'll be absolutely. I don't think it's gonna happen at all like that, but that would be absolutely cool if PTJ did something like that. Yep, Gite's power just changes the scales. Absolutely. My real question is, Curb. What the hell did Gu offer to get Gite from Mexico to Korea in the first place, unless James was a reasoning factor? Maybe it's some stake in in control. It has to be some part of control. It has to be. Well, clearly, Gite just said his plan. Gite said, I want everything to go back before the pre-generation. I want everything to go back before Gapryong Kim stepped in. I want this to be a war state. Only the strong survive. That's his mentality. If you really think about it, only the strong survive. I want it to go back to a constant state of war within Korea. But man, I think Gu offered him something that goes along those lines or whatever, and Gu probably told him, "I only just want this." You know what I mean? I just want this piece of the pie, if you will. And you can do whatever you want. You can do this. That's all I want. So I think it is along something like that. Yeah, Jay-Z has different plans. Maybe Jay stand up next chapter for Daniel and almost get unalive so Daniel awaken and fight him. Camille, I don't think so. I think for those who just joined in, if you guys don't know, this chapter that just released is the Busan end chapter. This is the end of the Busan arc. This is it. This is the end of the Busan arc. This is it. Gite came there and finished things. He finished. He literally came there just to finish the Busan arc and just wrapped it up. He's like, okay, we're done here. You guys got everything. Yeah. Um, but I don't think Daniel's getting back up. I think PGJ wants to keep it that way too. I don't think he wants to have Ultra Instinct involved because then he wants to have. I think he wants to have Daniel progress instead of going to that trope of just like, okay, he wakes up and the he wakes up in Ultra Instinct. I think PTJ wants to kind of be like, no, not this time around. I mean, you got that already before again multiple times, and you got that the last time we seen it is you got the hunt for gun. You seen it then. I think that's it. That's wraps. This is the end of Busan. This chapter is literally that's what the chapter title was called. Busan in parentheses end. So and I think yeah, Ultra Instinct is kind of overused. I think PTJ is just what Daniel now to be in this to discover his masteries and such like that and not just be a crush to use Ultra Instinct. I mean, I think he was like, I don't want this to be a redundant type of thing. I don't want it to be redundant. No, this arc is it. This arc is done. This arc is done, man. It's crazy to me. Joe about to pull. Oh man, oh man. You want him to get the infinite option tech? I I don't want no because I don't excuse my weed rudeness. I don't want Daniel to get the infinite, the infinite technique. I think that's only suitable. It should be only, in my opinion, only suitable for Johan's character, just to have him have that special, you know, just to make it unique to his character. I definitely think Daniel is definitely deserving of something else, and I think that also still ties into Ultra Instinct. That's me personally. I think whatever type of mastery or thing or his own path that he's going to do is definitely tied into Ultra Instinct. It's just that the how and the why of it. Because to kind of keep Johan as a copy user and then Daniel as a copy, you kind of keep them separate too, while also keeping Gun and Daniel separate too. So they all have their own little special things that's unique to their character. Uh, Eli is just nowhere to be found. Eli just left. He was like, "Hey, Allied, I did what I did. You said this was here. Clearly, this wasn't here. I got to go about my business. Y'all take care of it. Y'all have fun in Busan. I'm gonna head back home. I will check on Big Deal. I gave y'all Huston. Huston came here or whatever. I know he's down and out. Like his master is down and out. No offense to Ansan, but I gotta head back home to make sure the family good. Y'all take care. That's Eli right now. Let me see here. Next week, I'm expecting my goat UI Dan to come. I don't think he's coming, Blue Ranch. I know. I don't think it is. That's the end of the chapter. It is Busan end. Kite came and just ended the whole arc. Sidu went from a Bentley to a Toyota. Damn. I still love Sidu, man. Sidu deserves a good life. You like just like Johan, they deserve to have their normal and good life, right? They deserve it. If Daniel doesn't go to Ultra Instinct the next chapter, who do you think will come to save them? I don't think nobody save them. I just think he's leaving them like that. He clearly doesn't mind. He doesn't have anything. Here's the thing about Gite's character. He doesn't have anything personal. He's not one, he only came for Jin Rang. That's the whole mission. Granted, he did kill two of Jin Rang's henchmen, but that's only because they were in servitude towards him. So he had to cut them off, right? Because they were in servitude. He didn't. I don't think he wanted to kill Daniel or Allied. He was just fighting them. He was just interested to see how they are and how they worked. And he told them a little about themselves. He said, "Oh, this is your fighting style. Oh, you should probably work on this more," just like he did with Daniel. I don't think Daniel's getting up. I think the next time he gets up, which is interesting because he still has his OG body. So you would think that he will wake up in his OG body soon. Unless that doesn't happen, I don't know. He should. He has two bodies. Why wouldn't you? I don't think he's getting back up in Ultra Instinct, though. I think that's done. And then I think OG Daniel will probably come to the scene and pick up get everybody help, including his own self, right? I think that's how the way it's gonna go. But that's it. I think that's it. That's wraps. The author said in the video that the most powerful character in Lookism is someone we don't expect. Damn, that's interesting. That's really. I think Zach will trade with Johan, but Daniel could probably either look for his uncle or work with workers to get a lot stronger. That's actually pretty. That's actually pretty nice. That's pretty cool. That's actually not a bad idea to get Jin Young involved with Daniel in that type of capacity to where he's like, because they are both copy users too. To be like, hey, where do I, how do I improve on this? Where do I go? Because Daniel has to form his own path, like Johan. You have to start off, you find your own path, and that's how ultimately you'll become stronger. So that's not a bad idea involving Jin Young into that capacity, because especially because what is he doing besides just with workers right now? But then again, it's interesting because workers and workers and allied are enemies. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but I don't know. Uh Hudson with one tap. Hold on, Hanson with one tap. Gite, you mean Hudson? Oh no, it's really no point for Day to go in ultralistic. Yeah, I think the thing Gu offers something from Gapryong. Now I trust Kim Soo Young gonna come in and beat Gite. I love Kim Soo Young. I love Soo Young, but no, he need to stay. That man is looking like, how Cho Young was always looking through the camera card. I think that's what Kim Soo Young was doing. He was looking at the fight between Allied and Gite, and then he was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to be there right now. I don't need to be there. I don't need to bring Western Gunbuck in now. I know me and Daniel formed a partnership, but this is way above my pay grade. I don't want no problems. And that's a person I love Kim Soo Young too. But nah, I think he need to stay put. But I can't wait for them to join at some point. I cannot wait to see them. I cannot wait to see Kim Soo Young. I can't wait to see Western Gunbuck. That I cannot wait to see them, man. That's gonna be fire when that happens. Absolutely. What if workers came to save Busan? Could be a thing too. They'd be like, "Hey, we can't fight against each other now, because workers don't have the type of force to bring down somebody like James Lee and Gite. They, you know what I mean? They don't have that power. Everybody there got murked by a gun. He got that type of power. So I can see workers again trying to form an alliance with Daniel until it's dissolved or whatever, until the thing is accomplished. So y'all needs to reach the true potential of the system for that, for real. He need more than that, but I think along the way he will. I think he'll start developing more once he gets into this war. I cannot wait for Western Gunbuck to show up. Gite or gun? I think the base Gite, but TUY gun and do Gite gun will take it. Oh, Jay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Based off what we just seen and how he just base Gite for sure. And this is, y'all know I'm a gun fan. I'm gonna call it how I see it. I'm gonna call it how I see it. I think the only thing I do know what gun has is his stamina for sure. His stamina. Clearly we see that on the hunt for gun. The dude was fighting the whole entire night. He was fighting, everybody else. But this dude Gite is literally one-shotting. He one-shotted all of Allied. And then look what he did to Jin Rang. So it's kind of like, bruh. That's why he kept Gunn in prison, huh? He was like, because Gunn don't care if he loses. He's like, I'm gonna go look for a fight. I don't care. Why should Eli have stuck around? Yeah, Eli left. Eli was like, peace. Eli went to go get someone like Ji Kwa. Oh, Manny, what's going on, man? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Welcome to the stream, man. Make sure to like the stream, y'all. Please do it for your boy. Now Jay is acting to die by lying down. Hey, Kite, welcome to the stream, man. You did business today, man. You took Allied out. You did your thing. You ended the Busan arc. And you took somebody else, the leader of Busan, out with it. Burn, so yo, Blur, are you gonna catch up with a windbreaker? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I do apologize. I know I've been saying things here left and right, but life be lifing, and that's the only sense that it makes. But yes, I just didn't do this live just for the just talk about Lookism too, but talk about that. Yes, I will be back. There will be uploads. We gotta get back to it. We gotta get back to it. Ty, man, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Make sure to like it. Make sure to thumbs up it for your boy. Manny, Daniel training with Jin Young is good because he will get stronger, and it'll also help Daniel since workers will be on his side, and Jin Young already has a grudge against Gite. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. I think that could work in Daniel's favor too. Absolutely. It's insane. It's insane. And remember now, the reason why Jin Young didn't recognize Daniel, if anybody's questioning it, and that he didn't notice that was his nephew, was because he was used to seeing Daniel when he was smaller, OG Daniel, when he was smaller and chubbier. That's why he didn't recognize OG Daniel when he seen him. He didn't know who that was right away. Reporter Kim, remember Reporter Kim said that. So all he needs to do is bring a picture of his past self and say, hey, this is me. And Jin Young is going, hopefully the PTSD don't kick in or anything like that, but hopefully he'd be overjoyed to see his nephew. But yeah, that conversation can happen. He could get training from him. right? What best way to do it for somebody from the pre-generation who is a copy user, right? What better way? Who was smart, and all those things. Yeah, I think that would be cool too. But I do think Zach need to go trade with Johan or something like that, to get stronger. Daniel traded, yep. I think Daniel's way of trading now is fighting his family backstory and how his father and Jin Young are related to each other and meeting Jin Young. Absolutely, that could be a part of it too. Absolutely. Something with Jin Young, of course, because no matter how you try to spin it, Gunn is in prison, Master is in prison. Daniel needs to get stronger ASAP because the current level he's at, and he doesn't have time to sit there and bum around. Bro, you need to get stronger now. You and Ally need to get stronger. That's one thing that is evident and that is clear. Y'all are like at the bottom still of the totem pole compared to where James and Gite are. Y'all need to get stronger. There is no if buts. Y'all need to go get on that ASAP. And I know Daniel's going to do that. I mean, how could you sit there and just be at school and thinking this whole entire time, oh, what are they up to? Oh, I should, and thinking that you need to be studying when you really need to be on your Goku-ish right now and train in the other world and get stronger. Seriously. There's no other way around it. Where Jay go? Jay is on the ground. He's still napping from getting knocked out. Is Jin Rang not disciple of Gap? He is. Jin Rang is. I just think that the translations from Void was kind of messed up from what I've heard. It's either could go two ways from what I've heard. That he's saying that Jin Rang is not the true disciple of Gapryong, insinuating that he is, which would actually make sense because he's so knowledgeable in fighting. He's so knowledgeable of it. And remember, this is his oldest son. So this is his oldest son. And it wouldn't surprise me. Why wouldn't Gapryong want to train his son? And it would kind of make sense. If you look at it this way. Of all the kids he had, right? And then he's just with Jake. He settled down with Jake's mom. None of the other kids that's out there, right? I think that's the reason why, maybe. Because I feel like there's going to be something along with that. Why didn't Gapryong train Jake at all? Even as a kid. And I think it has something to do because of what happened between him and Gite in that training or whatever. And there has to be something like that for sure. And I think he just never wanted Jake to be a part of that family, a part of that lifestyle, and a lot and such. But I don't think Jake's going to know that. I don't think Jake's going to figure that out till later, ultimately, because it just never made sense to me. While Gapryong has never, because it was somebody else within the Gapryong Fist gang that trained Jake in MMA, and you guys remember who it was, but it was never Gapryong himself. So I think translations go, I think Gite is the true disciple. That could be a thing of Gapryong, and not so much as as the person who's on his deathbed right now. And Gunn has the best endurance we've seen right now. Yes, that is true. Gunn does have the best endurance that we have seen as the audience right now. PTJ will find some way for Gunn to get the victory. I don't think so, man. I think that's why he didn't want to even engage in it. He gonna keep him in prison. Gite is definitely a top two, not gonna lie. Hey, after everything we just seen, I can't argue against that. I can't argue for people that have him top two, top three. Question without not right now. I can't argue against that. Right. I have a feeling that Workers executive will come and help Daniel to take down James Lee, to take down like right now, because it's the end of the Busan arc. This chapter signifies it's the end of the Busan arc. I don't think Workers is gonna come. They don't have the power to take down James Lee. They couldn't even think about it like this. Think about it like this, y'all. If you can take down Gunn, right? You cannot take down Gunn. All your forces, your top executives, Mondok, or whatever, all of them cats. What makes you think you're going to take down Gite or James Lee? Workers ain't shit compared to them now, unless they're trading in them back and getting stronger already. You see where I'm going with this? Because they can't do a damn thing right now. You just see what just happened to Allied? One hit. And my man was he casually just dodging, maneuvering, just talking to them about themselves. Even if Workers did come and Gite was still there, is more. I'm more worried for Workers. Let's see. I think after this arc, we got every top tier there is in Korea after this arc, and the cast finally will start catching up. Yeah. Yo, Slifer, man, what you think about this chapter, man? What you think about this chapter? It could be their moms doing too. What are your thoughts on Gite when he said he wanted to bring back the savagery of the zero generation to current times? What Gite means is he wants to bring the constant state of war. Because what his words are saying, well, before pre-generation, before Gapryong himself stepped into the fray, the Yakuza, well, there was Yakuza and there was war, constant state of war. And that's the way he wants it. He wants it to be the strongest, the strongest. The weak shall die, and the strongest will survive. That's the way Gite wants things to go. And what makes sense because of given his personality, he's all chaos, right? So that would definitely make sense. He's trying to bring back to those times when all hope is lost. Believe in the boy of promise. Only men who fought back. Sniper, chill. I'm glad they didn't show up. I'm glad Big Deal didn't show up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, but we do know Jerry is training right now. So hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think next arc we might see Big Deal. One, because news of Gite is gonna spread throughout everything because he was the one that killed Jin Rang. So you gotta think Jake's gonna get that. Jake's already met him. Jake's gonna hear the news. He's probably gonna meet up with Daniel. Daniel's gonna say, hey, I know this dude is your brother, but this dude is bad news. This dude just killed, and he's evil. I think Big Deal's gonna play a big part next arc. I think Jerry's he's trading right now. He has those videotapes, right, from reporter Kim about his father, how the way his father fought and all that stuff. So he's trading. You just got Lyman back. We need to see how he is. We need to see how nice he is, because Allied and Gang need to go train. Like there's just no way. There's just no way. He casually just destroyed all of them with one attack. Come on now. There's no way. There's no way. Dude legit one shot everyone. What a crazy performance. Real talk. Daniel, real talk. Gite took a Jin Rang conviction punch in base. That's utterly insane. Yeah. And think about it. Jake did hella damage to Go with his conviction punch. That's true. Yeah. He did. He did. I think Gite's endurance is the same as Guns or higher because all the upgraded allied members of Jin Rang and Gapryong technique, he was eating it like breakfast. He was. Either Gite is the true student or is there someone else we don't expect? I think Gite might be the true student because he's so knowledgeable about everybody and their fighting skills, even Mu Jin. Cool chapter. It's surprising that Jinra didn't know about Gite offing his master with James. That is true. Slifer brings up a good point, and that Gon never met Gite, but through the equal to James' statement. Get Blood is that great for Slifer, you need to check on Khalil. Khalil hates the Gapryong gene pool, but this man just came in and casually destroyed everybody like they weren't shit. And as much as allied, that's great, but what he did to Jin Rang is just wild. It's wild to me. It's wild. I need to know if Big Deal have new designs, and I need to see their new strengths and skills. I think so. I think we'll see it real soon. News of Gite murdering somebody from Busan, a well-known individual within Busan, that's going to travel everywhere. I think we'll see Big Deal pretty soon. Let's see here. Slifer, I also think that the idea of Gite feeling inferior to Gap is just false because he fully disagrees with Gap's way instead of trying to become him. Slifer, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right about that. It's not him. He just don't like his ideologies. That's all it is. He don't like his ideologies. He don't like the person that he is. And why you think he has so much hatred towards him too? Why you think anybody that's associated with Gapryong Kim in a good way, he offs them right off the bat? It's on site. Look what he pulled up. He pulled up on Sinu and Jake, and he heard Jake's answer. He said, "Hey, depending on what you got to say, how you feel towards our father, Gapryong Kim, I'm putting your life in your hand right now, is all I'm saying." And Jake said, I hate that motherfucker. He said, well, he was never home. He was off with other women. He was doing his thing in politics. He was never there. He was like, Uncle Jin Young was the one that was watching me majority of the time. Skip him, whatever. And then the oldest brother was happy. He was happy. He picked him up like a little teddy bear. He's like, yes. All right, you chose right. All right, I'll see you later. Take care, big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on with that. Let's see. Well, let me see. Sinu's punch did more damage to Jin Rang's conviction punch since Gite had to use endurance mastery with. Oh, Manny, that brings up a good point. I love Sinu. Y'all ain't never gonna convince me otherwise. I hope Sinu gets stronger. That's my thing. I hope Sinu gets stronger. You ain't never gonna tell me nothing. Hopefully he does get stronger. Hopefully he's seeing what his his kicks did, and they absolutely did nothing. I mean, they didn't do nothing, but it was minimal. So he needed to get in his training art, bro. Do you realize base Gite is afraid to be over base UI gun? So imagine 100% Gite. Yeah, yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, it's insane. I was talking to someone. I no longer think he killed Jin Rang. I think saying back intervened. Prob. Somebody said that too. Slifer, you think that? I don't know. I don't think. I know. I heard that too. That song back interfere at the last second. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. If that's the case, and he jumped in that quickly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't care for Sam back. Um, I I would feel cheated out because this is one of the things that PTJ that people criticize PTJ over is his decision to up the stakes. And I think this is the way you up the stakes by letting Gite kill this individual who, one, we know that he kills individual who thinks highly of Gapryong or his followers, so to speak. So I don't know. I feel like a cop out if he did that. I think I know a lot of y'all like Jin Rang. Now y'all know how I feel about Ji Chong, but I think Jin Rang needs to die. Jin Rang is not dead. Invest in him. I'm sorry. All I saw was blood. But then the thing is like, no, I don't know. It could be off. He could have killed some back. He could have. But I hope that's not the case. Perhaps Gite was inspired to be like Gap as a youth, but later rejected him. Absolutely. I think that's what it is. I think I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I think Gite was definitely Gapryong's true disciple first. True disciple. I think he has trained him because if you look at that fight, you look at everything else and how knowledgeable he is. Even he knew Mujin Cicerium. He knew that when Venjin tried to utilize it. He was like, nope, it's not like this. You're not quite utilizing it right as you should. Before then proceeding to slam him, one-shotting him, he's so knowledgeable about that stuff. It was hard for me to believe after everything that he said to not be convinced that he was a disciple of Gapryong, since he is the first son, so to speak, right? Because he killed all his other younger siblings besides Jake. So it's yeah, I think that definitely Gite is the true disciple. And then along the way, he just didn't like his ideologies. He didn't like what he was doing. Eventually he hated everything about him, concocted a plan, and that plan was with James Lee, Charles Choi, etc. And that's how they got in, and that's how they killed Gapryong Kim. La. We can make up these things right now. Cindy was a So-Do rival right now. Yeah, that's about to go crazy. I hope so, because PTJ, don't let us down, man. Keep the arcs coming, man. Keep the arcs coming. Jin Rang is dead, bro. Jin Rang is dead. Boo Boo, hold on. Boo Boo deserves no props. I think it's too crazy for him to die so weirdly. What do you mean weirdly? Explain that to me. I think he's dying for a cause. Yeah, according to Naval Busan, arc ended as well. Yeah, I saw that in the title too. In the Korea, if you go to the Korean Naval site for Webtoon, their site, Korea's, they literally have it in there, the chapter title that says Busan end. So it's literally the end of it. I just can't think of, I don't know. To me, Jamron gotta go. He gotta go. I think it's, let's see. Little Daniel might need some insight from his future body. The last thing he told him was Charles Choice comes first. That Blue Wrench, that's a good point. Charles Choice come first. And then most of us know that that dude is not dead. I don't care what nobody say. I don't believe Charles Choi is dead. I don't believe in one bit. Blur, what do you think, bro? Sometimes I feel like LC need a character like Gite Kim. You might get that character eventually. We don't know the rest of the top 10 in LC. We don't know. I think was it one or two of them that we still don't know. And Zay, you know it too. So you can answer this man's question. I think LC would produce a character like that for sure. An evil, psychotic character. Let's see here. I feel like the next arc will be a war arc or either a preparation for that. It's definitely a preparation. They Allied is not, they cannot go into war right after this. They are not prepared. They will die on the spot. I'm sorry, y'all. They will die on the spot. They cannot just jump into a war arc after this. They can't. They need to go to the hyperbolic time chamber. They need to go bring Vegeta and Goku with them. They gotta go learn something. Jay Hudson, y'all need to go in there too. Man, bring the dog with you, Jay. Bring your dog with you too. There might be some help, but yeah, they need a trade. There's no way you're jumping from this to a war right away. they get slaughtered. They get slaughtered. Allied would get slaughtered. Almost everybody is gonna get slaughtered. I'm sorry to tell y'all this. Let's see. The thing about it is, Beck interviewed last second. I'm sure Gite would have noticed. Exactly. I just don't think. I don't think that's true. I think Jin Rang is dead. Uh, I don't think Jin Rang is dead. He still need to trade Jake. If not, his entire character will be wasted. That is not true, Daniel. Because one of the things that Lightning Troy did say, granted he's apart, he was in the same group as Gapryong Kim, Gapryong Kim's Fiske, is that it's not like he can be trained by him. Granted, it's not like even Jin Rang. Jin Rang knew a couple of moves, right? A couple moves from Gapryong, and I just don't think I don't know. I think Jake is just the person that has to overcome. Like he has to get into battles and he has to it's a battle of conviction. That's all Gabrielle blood is conviction. And be able to utilize that better. I don't think I don't know. I think Jin Rang is dead though. I also think Gap Trey Gite, like it's impossible that he is strong with just an NA strength. Absolutely. He seems so knowledgeable about everything. I do think he hit either Sang or the other dude instead of them dodging it fully. Oh, okay. Okay, Cypher. I still think Jin Rang is dead. How strong do you think Gite and Kim group are? Oh, his group from Mexico? Oh, we didn't even talk about them. Remember, he got his whole cartel group back in Mexico. So Gite's that strong? Oh, he's definitely fighting people that are capable. Come on now. He's fighting people that are capable. So I'm just going to say very strong. Really, as it is to Rush, I didn't think he would die this fast. But Slifer, remember, Busan has been longer than even the holiday, my guy. The holiday countryside was only 10 chapters. Ji Chun died fast. He died faster, if not. I get it. I do because it felt like we didn't get any sit downs with Jin Rang and Daniel didn't have any conversations or such like that. So it kind of feels cheated because at least Ji Chang and Daniel had a conversation, multiple conversations to kind of see how his character is. Jin Rang, we didn't get that much, so it kind of feels cheated. But Busan has been a longer arc than the countryside, which is only 10 chapters, and Ji Chang died. So yeah, I know. I just don't think Gite is the type of person to miss his target. And this person is a follower or a disciple, quote unquote, of Gabrielle Kim. So it remains to be seen. I think Sayback probably intervened because Jin Rang is such a key character in the upcoming war. Blue Wretch, I was thinking about that too. He also said that someone's coming that Allied has to take down together. I think this was the fight he was referring to. Yeah. Jin Rang been in prison for so long. He didn't even get to live life. Live his life yet. He just died like that. Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy, man. Bro, is the reason that Questism will even exists. They need to train and recruit many people. And if Soo Yeon has that trading card Cho Yeon had, he can pull them in it too. Will on Fire 90. That's actually pretty good. Soo Yeon, I said that Soo Yeon was watching. Kim Soo Yeon was watching through the camera card that Cho Yeon usually use. And he saw that battle. He was like, yeah, we need to get stronger. There ain't no way. There's no way. And I love Kim Soo Yeon, but if they went there, Western Gunbuck went there, and we saw them, how we saw them at the end of Questism, they're getting bodied. And I love Kim Soo Yeon. Y'all know this too. I love them, but come on now. They getting bodied. They need to trade too. I can't wait to see them though. I cannot wait to see them. Let's see here. Here's the thing: the Busan arc could have been done differently because remember, Taesu said that the keys would come back and jump Jay's lead. That should have happened instead of them being in Busan. Daniel asked them for a favor, and they were even questioning that because they were like, "Hey, we retired. The only thing we would probably do was fight James Lee, and that's probably it. And that's more of a because of what he's taken from us." But James Lee, for Daniel Park asked for the favor, and they obliged to it. So there's that. Let's see here. Now, Cinder and Jake should be counted in luckiest characters. Yeah, they really should, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jake answered rightly. Bro, why don't you post on YouTube at least have cause I get Patreon, you don't get copyright, but still Z20, man. Why you coming at me like that, Z20? Why you coming at me like that, man? I'm gonna get back to it, man. I'm gonna get back to it. That's all I can say. I appreciate the support though. If I'm gone sub, I would close my eyes and play dead at this point. Slifer, I was thinking the same thing. When they had that pull out panel shot of all of them on the ground surrounding Gite, Then they show God soap just laying there because he was still awake. If I was him, I would have closed my eyes too. That's no lies told. You should play dead. Like, hey, bro, Taesu's down on the ground. He's been out. I'm like, yeah, ain't nothing you can do, my guy. Nothing you can do. You went against Jin Rang. You seen what happened to Jin Rang. You need to stay still. You just need to pass out. Play dead. Play dead. And to think that Cho Young wanted to unify his soul, Gite would have massacred, bro. It depends, though. It depends on how, because at that point, after this fight with Kim So Young, I'm sure Cho Young is so calculated and so smart and getting to know everybody. It's almost, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like when he came to Northern Gunbuck and he allied with them for that bit because he knew he couldn't take them down. I think the same would have applied. He would have gone all over Seoul, right? All over Korea, seen who the top dogs are, and then formulate a plan. Because that's who Cho Young is. I think he would have gone into more training and trained himself to that point where he needed to get as strong, right? Before he could commence in war. But I certainly think Cho Young would have done that for sure. Taesu was on the ground playing dead for sure. He said, "Nope, not me, for real." He was like, "Hey, if his disciple, at least his disciple wasn't there. At least Hudson was still laid down somewhere else." I got to give Hudson credit for that. Many thoughts on questions of Lil Daniel and his stage. Do you think it's for the future because they are all getting ready for the war? I know a lot of people like Tekka and some other people say that yeah, it could definitely be that after Busan and they know the war is coming and then they just request more help. It could very well be. I don't know to answer your question. I don't know. Next arc is all about preparation, I'm sure. Next arc has to be all about preparation. There's no way you're going into a war where y'all just got manhandled like that. That'd just be outrageous. You might as well just slaughter everybody. James Lee and Gu know Gite and Gun, but Gite and Gun, they don't know each other. What is the reason for you to believe these two can get along well? Because they're just two different characters. One, you got to think both of their dads were complete rivals. Two, Gun only lives to fight. He ain't serving nobody like that. He was already serving another individual, but he's no longer here week. So he's definitely not going to get along with somebody that just think they can do whatever they want. Their bad personalities would clash. Gu don't care for half of the things that Gun cares about, which is fighting and feeling alive. That's what Gun cares about. So I just don't see them getting along really. For everyone to say that Jin Rang is still alive, Kite made that crazy reaction after he hit him with his axe. So he is a dead man. I think he's dead. I think Jin Rang is dead. If Jin Rang is not dead for sure, definitely coming back on alive, and I'll apologize for it. But as far as I'm concerned, he's dead. Get should have pulled out. Dude created a demon. Oh my, yes, that's true. That's true. He created an absolute demon. It's almost like the reverse of him, literally. Because how strong this dude is like in all the things that you heard about Gapryong. It's almost like the evil version of him, so to speak. Oh boy. Oh, but that is true. Hey, that is true. That is true. Jake's mother did say to him before Jake and Gite actually met in person, this dude right here, if you're all the good things about Gapryong, you have all the good qualities from him. You got all the good qualities from him. That person referencing Gite has all the bad qualities. So that's essentially what it is. It's good versus evil. It's Jake versus Gite. It's an evil Gapryong versus a good Gapryong, and that's going to clash eventually. Let me see here. Yeah, my stocks are in on Gite being top one right now. Slifer, yeah, you can even go back because when they was even talking about Jay's Lee being the first generation of generation, the first generation. They even made a comment about Gite then. They said, hey, granted, yes, Jay's Lee is the first generation legend. Gite was not inferior to him in any other way. So that is actually valid. Gite up there. That's not a crazy take at all. It is not. And I know people will be like, no, but it is not a crazy take. Not a crazy take at all. I think in particular, Jays might have something over Gite. I can see that because my thing is, unless he promised him, like, hey, I want this too. And James is so calculated too that he would, if he's a little weaker than Gite, say, he's going to use him until he finds out a weak point, or he can eventually get rid of him. You got to think these are people that conspired against Gapryong Kim. So absolutely. If I was Zach, I would call Big Bro Johan for Slifer, Slifer. I said this right off the back, and I think this is before you joined in. Allied. Besides them going to the hyperbolic time chamber, I said it would be a good idea for Johan, for Daniel to be like, hey, I need to go train with somebody because Gunn is in prison. So he's not gonna get another master. He gonna disrespect Gunn like that. He'll never do that. So you need to get a sparring partner or something to level up. I think you need to go find Johan, but Johan don't like to fight again and all that stuff, and I get that. But it'd be cool to see two copy users and you to grow. And Johan has found his path. What better way to fight somebody? But then again, you could say that, well, I think Zach need to go and get a level up with Johan and spar with him and stuff like that. I think that's what needs to happen so Zach can level up. And then you could possibly have Daniel go fight Jin Young and be like, hey, I need a trade. I need to trade. I need some masteries. I need this because Jin Young is knowledgeable in that sense too, and he is also a copy user. Let me know what you think on that, Slifer. Let me know what you think. The mod had to been a demon, bro. Look at Jake. He's a chick, not even a dragon. Gite is a legit dragon. Real talk. No lies told. Sometimes I think Jake is the main character instead of Daniel. Hey, the way his arc was, sometimes it's believable because his dad is like at the top tier. That's the thing. But the difference between Daniel and Jake's dad is like at the top tier. And then you got his brother now, his oldest brother, who can be debatably top one or two. Debatably from what we've just seen just now. So yeah, don't get it twisted. Jake gonna be a dragon slayer by the end of the series. Oh, Jake's gonna be crazy, man. And what I hope from Jake is not only does he get stronger, but he utilizes more of his MMA style. I think that's gonna be absolutely fire. And I think for him doing something like that, because even in what was it, 3A, when he was in fights, man, he was just hyped. If PTJ get him back to that, not only do get him to go through his convictions and grow that way, but also get him to start utilizing his MMA style even more effectively. Oh man, I think a lot of people will like Jake even more. So I still don't have no problems with Jake. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people do. He's gonna dangle Johan in his tie. He's not playing for sure, Slifer. In my mind, he's already a dragon. Jin Rang has not died. There are still unknowns about him, like who he killed, why he did it, why Gapryong chose him as his disciple. Roberto, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but I think this dude is dead. Johan should open up a dojo at this point. Just trade every second. Bro, so trade every. Don't do him like that. Eli's not even in the picture. Eli chilling. Eli, man, I ain't do nothing. If Jin Rang dies, then I'm gonna call PTJ because where was all this killing and violence in for Hunt for Gun? Gun's last words, one by one, you guys will die. Yeah, I know. I did want Gunn to take out a couple people, but that didn't happen. It's Andy Blur. What's the word to describe Luka traded to the Lakers? But instead, Luka himself wanted to move after convincing fans he's gonna stay. Bro. I don't know. I just think there was just the organization and the leadership at that time. Because somebody can, and that's what people have to be mindful of. Just as transitioning to sports, people can change their mind. Like somebody can say, "Hey, I said this to a fan 2 or 3 or 4 months ago," but then you don't know their life. That a change can happen within that next week. They can be like, "Oh, skip this person. This is what this person thinking of," and I'm thinking about the Mavs leadership right now. The owners, this person, this is what this person think. They own me. Oh no, I want to get out of here. I thought this was more than this. Y'all got to think Mark Cuban let go of his majority shares. And Mark Cuban was a goated, no matter what you think about it. He was a goated owner. Everybody loved him. He always helped out his players. So once that let go, you can kind of see Luka. That probably is what happened, honestly. But good question, this Andy. Do you think at this point in time, Daniel should have gotten a grasp in his second body's potential? He's fought a lot, and yet each time we think he makes progress, he gets set back several times. And this is what I tell people too. This is what I tell people. It all goes back. He just blossomed in the Hunt for Big Deal, which was way while ago, right? He awakened according to Gunn. This man needs more experience. This man it's more of a mental thing. You just need more experience. You can have the perfect body, but if you don't have the experience and the mental capacity for it, the understanding of it, and you haven't been fighting for a while like that in that capacity, it's gonna take time. it's gonna take time. And most people be like, well, hold on, he's been fighting since the beginning of the series. Yeah, but he didn't get his master or know the concept of fighting until literally until he met Gun. That was like 400. That was going into the 400 chapters, guys. I have to be mindful of that because people just forget about that stuff. He was just fighting based off instinct before. He didn't know anything about it until he was training with God. So he still has a long way to go. He need to get more experience. Hopefully, this is a humbling experience for him. Like, hey, bro, you got to get up. This is what it is. Let me see here. I thought Jin 2 would fight Gu and Jin Rang would fight Gite, but no, he just read the whole gauntlet. Yeah, he read the whole gauntlet. He was like, nah, I'm ending this arc now. You think Gite would best Gar's dad? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Shingen? That's a really good question. I don't know how to answer that. I'm not gonna lie. Excuse my wee rudeness. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to answer that. But the thing is, I think Gite will be jumped by Jake, Samuel, maybe even Jerry, and Jake finish it off. I can see that because I just can't see them. They have to trade, bro. Jay's path is still blurry. Daniel's path is still aren't uncovered because fighting for the right is not enough. Yep. Well, you drop Lookism if we learn that Gite's mom is a Yamazaki. I don't think so. I don't think I will. But I don't think she's a Yamazaki because I don't think she's a Yamazaki. Yamazaki are usually derived from Japanese, right? And Japanese people and Japanese bloodlines. So I don't think so. And isn't Gite half Hispanic? Don't he derive from Spanish heritage along with Korean? Somebody, I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Just like Isaiah Haters. What's up? Just like Isaiah Haters. The Millennium Puzzle chilling in the back code is fun. Welcome to the stream, my guy. I appreciate you, dude. Welcome, 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 man. Like the video. Also, Jay's battle IQ is probably the best in the second generation. Hey, MMA Jake was him. Not gonna lie, when he broke Zhao Long's limbs, I was hyped for real. For real. If they get Jake back to that state and he gets stronger. Because it's been too much where he's just relying on daddy's blood. And I think that's where people get irritated from. They be like, bro, so you mean this man just gets up, gets into this state or whatever, this powerful state, whatever it is of conviction, it just throws a lethal punch and that person's out. And people get tired of that. They're like, bro, show me some strategies. Show me all that stuff. And Jay's fights used to be hype. I don't care who you are. Blur, I posted a theory regarding the true Gapryong kills the disciple. Where at? 3A Jake was a different breed. Real talk. He definitely is his BIQ is top tier. Yeah, that shit happened at my favorite soccer club recently. The boyhood player leaving for free after promising to be the club captain. He's entering his prime too. That's wild, Andy. That's wild. Daniel's biggest weakness is understanding the concept of fighting and his will to fight. Yeah, his resolve has to be there. It has to be like his reasoning for fighting is to one, not to depend when he went to gun, is to not depend on other people, to be more dependent within oneself. And that could be a very good reason. And also, you can say his other reason is because he doesn't want to let bad shit happen to the people that he loves. He hates injustices, right? No, he fights injustices. So that could be another thing, but he has to push further beyond that, his sole reasoning. And he needs to look for that. Gite is top tier, but he's not on Shigen level. Hella nah. Shigen is top 2 overall. Shigen is up there, bro. Thoughts on Jay Z and his plans, like how he got Charles money, bro. He gonna be on top. He wants to rule it all. He gonna be on top. He don't care about the constant war. That's in Seoul, whatever. That's more of that's the difference between him and Gite. And I just realized that Gite was the constant state of war, like how it was before the pre-generation arrived. James just wants to be on top of everything from a business aspect and to kind of see everything from a top of a skyscraper, right? Gite's not the character that really care for that, and you can tell he doesn't care for that. He doesn't care for the business aspects. He don't care. He'll break all the rules. He don't care for that stuff. So, and yeah, of course, Charles Troy is gonna give James this money because I don't know, they're in cahoots still. Okay, what y'all say? Why you think they'll never show James Lee's past yet? They ain't gonna say they're not gonna show us anything about James Lee's past until Charles Choi is back in the picture. Something pivotal has just happened towards the end of the series. Now let us detail that these two was in cahoots the whole entire time. They try to trade, they try to make it seem like y'all gotta think Charles Choi is a person that can manipulate the media and manipulate everybody to see him as this good person. What makes you think that he can't do that for the relationship with James Lee? The only difference is he's like, hey, you gonna hate me right now, or you're just gonna say that we don't get along, la. You've been using me and all this such, so it doesn't seem like you're my accomplice when things go down, and I can give you my money, right? It's not hard to really think of that stuff. But yeah, it's the rule of everything. Blur Gun's mom is Korean. Yes. So Gun's mom is Korean. Yes, I know that. I'm talking about Gite's mom though. That's how I feel when Daniel goes into altruistic every time. The biggest lie in Lookism history is Jalon being gun level. Bro, that was the biggest lie. Hey, Blur, by the way, my Celtics going back to back. I don't care. Hey, I'd rather have the Celtics go back than the Lakers. So and I'm in California, but all the power to the Celtics. I don't care if OKC. I want OKC. That's if the Lakers can make it out of OKC. And I don't think they can. Sorry, I said what I said. Blur, would love for you to read my theory, give it a thought. If you think it makes sense, I'm gonna tag you on Discord. All right, cool. That was the biggest lie ever, for real. I have theory. What if second body Deo is the combination of Deo's dad and Jin Young's third sibling? It could be, because Jin Young does have ideas about the second body. It just never got into it. Maybe the most powerful theory right now in Daniel's second body, it is Daniel's future self. Yep, I always thought that too. Always thought that was Daniel's future self because they're looking more and more alike. Um, Especially OG Daniel. It's uncanny. Even Daniel himself is having a hard time differentiating the two bodies at times. So just like I say, haters, you think Gov versus Jay is happening anytime soon? I need that shit. I don't think that's gonna happen till like the last bit. I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, it could happen. It could happen soon. But I think Allied and the rest of those games, they need to go back and get stronger because ain't no way they're entering a war right now when they just got their ass a little diff. There's no way they would get slaughtered, absolutely slaughtered. Just imagine if the length of the chapters of LC would be the same as those of Lookism. Seriously, Zay. I'm gonna say this about PTJ. The length of his chapters have been crazy for Lookism. Like, let me repeat that again. The length of the chapters of Lookism, granted, some panels you can say, well, they've been reused, or they look like they reused panels, or it's unnecessary to have those panels. They have still been lengthy chapters, and I am appreciative of that. Seriously, I am. I gotta call it how I see it. Hyped up Zhao just to get photo by my glorious King Jake twice. He did. He got photo by Jake twice. By the way, have you read the recent Breaker chapter? I have not. But I want to. I want to go back where the second body is the biggest question. Yeah. If Big Daniel was a future version, shouldn't he have mastery already? That's true, but I think it's also a mental state thing too, to have that mastery. I don't think it's something that the body alone can derive from. I also think that it's part of the mental state too. That's just my thing. Did they ever mention how long gun sentence is? They never mention how long gun sentence is, which is insane. And I think PTJ did that for a very good reason. I think he's gonna leave it at the last second where we're not expecting it for gun to be released or some technicality or something, or he wasn't the one. Who knows, right? I think something like that along the line is gonna happen. Maybe Goo will be a part of that. Who knows? Hey, whoever hasn't read LC, I need y'all to go hop on that peak right now, y'all. Real talk. Go hop on LC. If you haven't heard, now you heard. Go hop on that. I was actually surprised PTJ didn't reuse panels for Daniel's copies in this chapter. Copy is like where he has a perfect excuse for you reuse panels. That's true. That's true. And he didn't, because there were all new techniques, including the Goo version where he's swiping and he used and Gite said technique. There were new panels. 343 chapters in LC. What is your thought currently on the direction of LC? I am enjoying LC. I am. And if y'all have read my reactions or listened to my reactions and watched them, LC is doing a phenomenal job. It keeps me entertained each chapter, even though the chapters themselves aren't as long as Lookisms, which is even more crazy when you think about it, Zay. In the direction that it's headed, in exploring every character right now, everything doesn't need to be a fight. Everything does not need to be a fight. And now we got the game back. I'm hyped, man. Come on now. I'm enjoying it. BTJ is the reused panel G is for real. In your opinion, this fight is no diff or low diff? Which fight, Daniel? Which fight? We saw UI Daniel use mastery against UI Gun and Hunt for Gun in that last clash. Did we? I binge watch your LC videos. Now I'm all caught up in LC truly is speak. Manny, for real. Real talk. Are you on Patreon, Manny? You think Jin Rang died? Danchi? I believe so, man. I don't think he's coming back from that. I think Jin Rang is dead. And like we said before you got into the stream, make sure to like it. that the chapter name from Naver, Korean site, the chapter name for this chapter is Busan. It's Busan and then in parentheses N. So it's the end of the Busan arc in general. I just don't think Jin Rang is getting out of that. I don't think so. I don't see. I know people want to say that same bit Song Bak interfered last minute. I can't see that. I can't see that happening. If Daniel's second body is the future, why does the Daniel in the hospital arc is different looking? The hospital arc, change of artwork. People used to push LC like I push Star. Strike it rich. Yeah. Ji Seok is about the cloud on Vesper desperate. She need to take her ass. Hey, Ji Seok and Subin really are about to clown on this girl. As soon as they meet her and they figure out what she's about, oh, it's over for her. It's rats. They're gonna have that girl crying back to their family, the Bryan household. Of real talk. It said the PTJ is truly said the bro really take a lot of inspiration from other popular comics, especially when Hunt for Gun arc. There's a lot of JJK inspired elements that can also treated like the One Piece. True. Let's see here. This entire chapter. Oh, this entire chapter. Let's see here. I like that. I liked it a lot. This entire chapter was fired because it was only just Gite showing his dominance over everybody there and doing it so casually. Absolutely phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure even OG UI Daniel used masteries against Ji Chang. Are you sure about that? I don't think so. They don't have mastery. Daniel never shown mastery, in my opinion. Well, actually, no, I'll take that back because I like how on a certain panel, even last chapter, when they were going against, when they were talking about, or was it the last chapter? I think it was the last chapter. And this is when, oh my God, I think he was second body Daniel was posed in Kyokushin karate stance, like Gun. And Gun was the after image. And I think it showed him highlighted in green. I think PTJ just kind of messed up on that because he was just showing the aesthetics of the body and the fights at that time. But I think he really did mess up. I'm just going to chuck it up to that because it's clearly stated here through Gite, not only Gite, but Jin Rang too, was like, bro, you ain't got no mastery over anything. Really, you're just really, really strong. So I'm just going to keep it with that. PTJ is the number 1 in 10 geniuses group. He's the glazing gun genius. He is really, bro. I want in Elsie the explanation of the role ranking by Kaden, Kerner, or Pluton. I'm sure they will eventually. They just do it in a way where they're just going through each family and each new character. I don't think they do it all in one sitting, which is Ordeal. Ordeal is pretty dope. What that makes sense. Let's system as well. Y'all need to hop on Ordeal. Y'all really do. PTJ watching Tekka, frustration over this series not having enough stake. Now Gite, they're ending people's lives. Yeah. Did you see the theory that James Lee might be the son of reporter Kim? I don't believe that shit one bit. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, that sounds crazy as hell to me. Like too crazy. Also, Blair, did you notice how when Gite fought everyone else, he took their hits, but with Daniel, he started dodging? That's true. He did. In case he also commented, how are you this strong without any masteries? And that's the thing. He said, I can't. He pretty much said, I can't wait to see what becomes of you in the distant future. I knew Jin Rang was a fraud. Lucky I didn't invest in this stock. Damn. Yeah, true. I think it was a mistake. Don't think copy masteries are possible. Is there the goat is live? Assert. Oh man. And I gotta get off. I got to get off, man. I've been on here for like 45 minutes now. Listen to me. Jang Yo is the real Gap Kill disciple. Posted that, by the way. That'd be quite interesting. I got to get off, though, man. I got to go to work soon, man. But I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh boy. Blur, take it. We forgot about the final genius for the 10 geniuses. That's true. We did. Oh boy, but I gotta go though, guys. I gotta go. It's been fun. Hold on. How long we been doing this for? An hour and 14 minutes. An hour and 14 minutes is crazy. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming, man. I just got back from school. Man, I'll get on it too. I'm getting on it next week. I got to get back on it. YouTube, y'all gonna see more of me. I promise you that. You're gonna see more of me. You're gonna see more of me. But I'll see y'all later, man. Blur out, man. It's crazy.